good evening and welcome to the Business Report. I'm Andrew Laidley. So we start with tips and trends. Let's talk about financial bonds. But don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it sounds. So imagine you're lending money to the government or a company. Well, that's basically what a bond is. Here's the fun part. When you buy a bond, you're loaning your money for a set period of time at a fixed interest rate. It's like saying, hey, I trust you. Here's some cash. Just give it back to me with some extra on top later. Now, why should you care about bonds? Well, they're actually pretty cool for the average person. Bonds can be a stable and predictable way to make some extra money on your savings. Plus, they're generally safer than investing in stocks because they're backed by the issuer's promise to repay. So, if you're looking for a low-risk investment option or a way to diversify your financial portfolio, bonds might be your new best friend. Just think of them as a way to grow your money while helping out governments and companies at the same time. And there you have it, bonds demystified in a nutshell. So you're probably ready to start investing in bonds now. And Andre Reed, who is a senior trader at JMMB, has all the tips you need.
The first thing that you want to consider is and it's the primary thing when you're investing in bonds is the credit rating. The credit rating outlines the financial health of this instrument that you're interested in participating in. To get the credit rating of a bond, usually you want to look at what the three major rating agencies between Moody's, Fitch, S&P would have assigned to that credit. Usually companies are rated higher based on their financial health, and we go all the way up to AAA, and once you get lower, the other category would have been from investment grade down to speculative grade. So if you're trying to hold a safer investment, you would want to stick with investments that are at investment grade. Bonds provide predictable cash flows. That's one. Two, the second thing is that bonds are actually relatively safer than stocks. Meaning if a company is supposed to be in default, then bondholders should be repaid ahead of regular stockholders. At maturity, the investor should the company be in good health, the investor gets back all of what they've invested. They're not subjected to price change or price movement at that time. Whereas when you decide to exit a stock, it means that you will be subject to the price at market.
In other news now, the Bank of Jamaica BOJ intervened in the foreign exchange market for the 7th time in 2 months. Using its Be-Fix-It flash intervention tool, the central bank sold $30 million to authorized dealers and cambios today. Now that brings the total injection over the past 2 months to $200 million. The BOJ's repeated interventions in the foreign exchange market is an indication that the central bank believes foreign exchange availability is limited. Now, the interventions are intended to avoid rapid and disorderly depreciation in the exchange rate. The intervention funds were restricted to end users, which are non-financial commercial client entities that are funding obligations for essential goods and services. The US dollar ended the day selling for $157.56 on average. And that's your business report. Up next is your market summary, and do stay tuned for more CVM News at 7 with Nika and Stephen after the break.